All right. As very many Arsenal players return from injury, and only Zinchenko and El Nino were the ones that we are really expectant of really returning, like after the World Cup. Obviously, another one has really joined them, though it looks like to be a serious injury. But Mikel Arteta has confirmed to us that this player is not going to play the game of Arsenal. They're going to play against PSV today. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? Where are you watching us in? Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Today has been really a very good day. Arsenal are supposed to be playing Man City today. I think they're supposed to be playing Man City today, and the game was postponed because they had to play PSV. They had to play that UEFA Europa League game today to either they really match up the number of games with other teams that had played in the group stages, that is 4. And Arsenal and Man City have not played. They are now at 27 points. That is Arsenal. Man City is at how many? I think Man City is at 24. Man City is at 23, and obviously Chelsea has drawn, and looks like Arsenal has now leveled games the likes of Manchester United. Now Arsenal is 8 points ahead of Manchester United. Then Liverpool has gone ahead to win by 1 goal to nil. Coming in through, closing into 16 points. That is Liverpool. At least they are trying to get back where they're supposed to be. And very many other teams have really gone ahead and really play. Chelsea have drawn a 1-1 draw, and they're hosting United over the weekend. And obviously that's going to be one of the highly contested games in the weekend, because it's really going to be if United wins, they dislodge Chelsea from the post positions. That is something that Graham Potter should supposed to go and really work on. So Arsenal are really going to be playing Southampton on the weekend on Sunday, and today they are playing PSV at Emirates. But Martinelli out of the PSV game, Zinchenko out of the PSV game, and guess what? Lots of news is coming in from Arsenal, and I want to come in here and really do the needful and really bring it to you as it has been reported to me onto this channel. Now, the other story we're going to talk about Eddie Nketiah. I told you way back that Ghana was trying to really convince him to come in and play for Ghana, especially because they're going the World Cup. But Eddie Nketiah said, no way, I'm not playing for you. Maybe he's waiting for his chance to play for the Three Lions, but I believe he is really trying to daydream, because I believe England is having more strikers that are really young. The Oli Watkins, there is Tammy Abraham, there is Calvert-Lewin, Ivan Toney. So I see nowhere Eddie Nketiah gets into that. If he was he was playing at like West Ham and really getting in starts regularly in the Premier League, then I believe would have put their contention. But him scoring goals in the UEFA Europa League can't get him that English squad. So I believe he should really find himself better. And let's get into this. Obviously, Alexandra Zinchenko and Gabriel Martinelli both missed Arsenal training at London Colney today due to a calf injury and illness respectively, meaning that Zinchenko is having a calf injury that has kept him out for this is the 3rd week, and Gabriel Martinelli is also having illness, and respectively he's not going to play a game of PSV. That is Charles Watts, the Arsenal correspondent for Goal, came out and told us that, and obviously that was a fact that no one could deny as far as this game of football was concerned, and obviously they are out. Then Mikel Arteta went ahead to let us know that if Zinchenko and Martinelli will miss PSV game tomorrow, no, they are ruled out, but we will see tomorrow what we decide. So the manager, in the names of Mikel Arteta, is telling us that no, they are not ruled out, but we will see tomorrow what we decide. So missing out on training requires a late fitness test. So it looks like Martinelli is down with illness. They call it down the weather. And obviously Zinchenko is having an ankle illness. So let's wait and see how this is going to happen and grow in as Mikel Arteta went ahead to throw more light onto the injuries of these several players of Arsenal. Mikel Arteta, on if we should be worried about Zinchenko's injury, said no, I don't think so. Obviously, he had a current injury in his calf, and that's why he's been out for this period. Yes, he will be back before the World Cup. That's what he went ahead to say. Now, let's discuss Martinelli. When you look at Martinelli, I worry a lot about him, because my barber, who really treats my hair, told me that he worries about Gabriel Martinelli. The energy he uses, the way he goes into tackles, the intensity worries him. Yet he's really a very good player that is really doing great at the side which goes with the names of Arsenal. And now he's having some illness. He's under the weather, but obviously we don't believe that he's really going to return back on form to play against a team which goes by the names of PSV. Even if he makes it to that team squad, he'll just make it to the bench, according to me. He won't make the starting 11, and he will play like 20 minutes in that game, because this game is the biggest in the group stage and Arsenal need this win badly. If there is a win Arsenal fans need, it's this one. They need it badly and they want it to be done and dusted as soon as possible, tomorrow or today, because Martinelli would have been a very magnificent player into that starting 11 of Arsenal. And remember, I included him in the starting 11 of Arsenal that I predicted at the preview I did in the match preview that I did in the morning. I think it was the first video I uploaded on this channel. You remember that very well. I put there a man who goes by the names of Martinelli. But him being out tells you what it's all about when a player is under the weather. Over the weekend, Marcus Rashford started on the bench, and Erik ten Hag told us that he was under the weather and he only played 20 minutes. Meaning that if you're under the weather, you can't come out and play 90 minutes as has been always doing. One will ask that, but it's the UEFA Europa League. Trust me, if he has been starting against FC Zurich, if he started against which other team, Bordeaux, if he played away at Bordeaux, that means that the manager trusts him in that position, because Emily Smith-Rowe is away, Reece Nelson is just returning, and obviously you can't trust Reece Nelson to start such a game if at all Martinelli was available. But I believe the only way Reece Nelson is going to start this game of football is because Martinelli is having an injury and is out for like a game and might start on the bench, and maybe in the game of Southampton he will be fully fit, and obviously the manager will bring him to do the game or the business into that game at St. Mary's Stadium. A game that's going to be very tricky for Arsenal. Southampton looking very much stubborn at their side, and obviously Arsenal paying them a visit. But Martinelli being injured is one of the stories you wouldn't like to hear. And obviously Zinchenko, we are used to him because he's turning into an injury-prone player, a player that he wasn't at Man City, but comes in at Arsenal and is really being an injury-prone player. But the good thing is that you can see a side which goes by the names of Arsenal trying to play Nketiah on the left back, sometimes Tomiyasu, well much remembered in that game of Liverpool where he pocketed Mohamed Salah. So I believe on the left back, even if Zinchenko is away, Arsenal can go ahead and really tussle it out. But who is going to come out and really do that Martinelli role, provided he doesn't return in time, or when returns and is not on fire? Because he has been on fire. He's one of those most informed Arsenal players this season. I think he has scored close to 3-4 goals this season. He has like a couple of assists, and I believe Arsenal fans are really benefiting from him. So I believe that Arteta is really scratching his head on what game plan is going to go with against PSV, because PSV has arrived. They have the likes of Cody Gakpo, you know that very well, and he is a match winner and can go ahead and really do the needful into this game of football and really do what is well deserved. But Arsenal fans, you have a reason to worry. Martinelli joins Arsenal injury list. Zinchenko to return before the World Cup, as the manager is really telling us. And obviously it will be great, but if at all I'm Arteta, I think there is no reason to hurry Zinchenko, because the games Arsenal are left with are not all that threatening, according to me. When you look at them, when you look at the Arsenal games before they play the World Cup, I think the only big game they have is going to be against Chelsea, not so? They are playing PSV today. They are playing Southampton on Sunday, PSV away, Nottingham Forest, FC Zurich, Chelsea on the 6th of November, you get? And they are playing Brighton in the EFL Cup, and obviously Wolverhampton Wanderers on the 12th of November. That's going to mark the end of the Arsenal season as we go into the World Cup break. That's it. So I believe PSV, Southampton, Nottingham Forest, FC Zurich, those games. Sorry about it. Someone told me that when that comes in through means that you are really lacking water. in your body. So I'm going to try to take water after this recording, but I believe they can keep Arsenal out. They can keep Zinchenko out until the 3rd of November, where Arsenal is going to pay a visit to Chelsea. Another game that is really going to be so much meaningful. Sorry about it. So I think they can keep Zinchenko out until that game of Chelsea. So after that story, we go to this story. The Ghana FA has ended their pursuit of Arsenal striker Nketiah ahead of the World Cup of 2022. Nketiah remains hesitant to commit his international future to Ghana despite efforts from the West African Countries Association or Football Association. Now, Nketiah was wanted by the Federation of Ghana to come in through and play for them, but I believe he's signing a new contract, and I think his advisors have really interjected into this and told him, please don't make this blunder, because Arsenal is getting a chance to go on and really play very well. So why should you not really give Arsenal a chance too and really wait for Gareth Southgate? Maybe that call up to the England national team is not far away, according to what is happening right now in the Arsenal camp. And he knows that he's really playing very well and is improving. And I think he's going to regret. To me, I believe Nketiah would have gone and played for Ghana, because I don't see England really calling him up. The crop of strikers, that England is really having and bringing in, I think they're really going to go ahead and really displace him. I believe even for Ren Valogan, that Arsenal striker playing is it at Reims in France, will come in back at Arsenal and really win a position ahead of him. That's it. 100% believe it. And if at all that does not happen, Arsenal are rumored to be going in for another prolific striker. That is in the summer. You get provided they qualify for the Champions League, they'll go in and sign for another prolific striker, and that means Nketiah will be third fiddle into the picking order of Mikel Arteta. Sorry about that, meaning that he's going to be displaced to that level, and obviously nothing is going to do him the favor. So I believe if at all he is really denying or hesitating to join the Ghana national team to go on and play for them in expectancy of Gareth Southgate to give him a call up at the England national team, I think that is a bad calculation for Nketiah. I believe he would have gone guys, sorry about it. I need to take water, but I can't really get off this recording. But after this recording, I'm going to go on and really take water. But if at all he's having that in mind, then he is really trying to really mess about his life. That's it. Because I know Arsenal are going to sell Nketiah. If they qualify for the Champions League, they'll bring in another prolific striker and they will sell Nketiah. And they'll bring in Ren Balogun back from loan to come in and do the needful in this game of football. So guys, thank you very much for watching in. Tell me what you think about Martinelli joining Arsenal injury list, Zinchenko returning before the World Cup, and obviously Nketiah turning down a request coming in from Ghana, a federation or a football federation of Ghana, asking him to go in and really join them to the World Cup and lead the line for them. But Nketiah is saying no. And I think if I'm Nketiah, I think the Ghana national team would have really done a great job for him to really help him compete in the Arsenal squad, according to me, because very many games are going to be coming in of the World Cup, and obviously you can even create your market in the World Cup, and Arsenal can go in and really sell you to a club that is really going to go ahead and really become your new suitors. So guys, your reactions are welcome in the comment section below. I hand you over the Almighty Lord to protect you abundantly. Arsenal versus PSV on tonight, and obviously Cody Gakpo is going to be the man to watch in the game of PSV, and Arsenal are really going to be having the likes of Bukayo Saka, Odegaard, Thomas Partey, Grant Xhaka, because I believe Arteta has to go strong, knowing that if at all he doesn't get a 3-point result in this game, he will really put himself on pressure in the remaining 2 games against PSV and Zurich. And if at all PSV get a result here, they'll be at 8 points and Arsenal will be at 10 points, meaning that if at all PSG go out and really get a 3-point result over Arsenal in Amsterdam, then Arsenal will be on pressure to win against FC Zurich because PSV will be at 11 points too. It'll be at 11 points. And if at all PSV wins against Omonia, then Arsenal will be finished second. So Arsenal doesn't want to really miss out on this opportunity because they have to go on strong and win this game of football. I'll sign out for now. See you later.